Hey YouTube, it's Cliff. I got another Dave Ramsey video, and surely this time Dave has done his research on Bitcoin.
So basically, 2 years ago, my mom convinced me to loan her half of all my savings, so $7,000, and spend it on Bitcoin. Now, 2 years later, we haven't made any money on that investment.
I'm
Now
sorry,
I'm a
wait a minute.
college
Did you give
student.
it to her to invest in Bitcoin, or we decided we were going to invest it in Bitcoin?
Well, I loaned it to her
Okay.
to invest,
And
and
so
she
she
said I
took the
could take the
risk and
money
she
back
borrowed the money from her son
anytime.
to take the risk. Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm in college, and I need the money for tuition, and so I want her to give the money back to me. And she's now refusing, and she's saying Bitcoin's going to make us into millionaires
Mm-hmm.
in the long term, and it would be a totally foolish thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's basically just stamping down and saying she's not going to give me back the money because Bitcoin's going to turn us into millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And I pretty much, this money is pretty important for me just so I can get through college debt free. And I mean, do you think that she's right in keeping
How
this
old
His mom is definitely a terrible person, and she needs to give the money back.
are
money
you?
in Bitcoin, do you think? I'm 20.
Okay.
I'm a sophomore.
No, she's wrong, and she's wrong, and she's wrong, and she's wrong. Number one, you don't borrow money from your what at the time 17 or 18-year-old son. If you're that big a loser, you don't need to be investing. Number two, when you do borrow money from your own child and they ask to pay it back because they're in college, you give them the money back. You
Completely agree with that.
don't be a loser. Number three, you pick the worst possible thing to invest in, you're going to lose your butt.
This is where Dave gets his facts very confused.
You're not going to be a millionaire in Bitcoin. You're going to be $7,000 poorer. So, mom's
There is no way Bitcoin is going to zero.
wrong like three times. Three strikes, you're out. Tell her you want your money back and you want it back now. This is wrong. What kind of person borrows money from their kid
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
to be in a shady investment?
But he has to throw in little digs at Bitcoin every time to try and make himself have a better point.
I mean, do you understand what I'm
I'm
saying?
not sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get what you're. I
yeah,
get
I'm
what
calling
you
your
mean,
mother
yeah.
names.
I-
I'm sorry, but um,
It's okay.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just mad for you. You're 20 years old. You should be living your life. You shouldn't be worrying about these kinds of things. You should be working about your studies and finishing your degree. You shouldn't have to be worried about your own mother having taken money to go off on some lark. Because no, I mean, Bitcoin someday may turn into something. Today, you would have a better chance of becoming a millionaire at the roulette table in Vegas.
I don't even know how he came to that conclusion. That just blows my mind. I don't even know what to say about that.
Do you have any suggestions for other things to invest in, or do you think I
No,
should just take it
you
and
know what I would
spend it on?
invest in? I would invest in Philip finishing his degree.
Yes, Philip needs to have some kind of income where he has a base layer of money coming in so he can start worrying about his investments later in life. Now is not really the time to be worrying about that.
I think you're a better
That sounds
investment
good.
than anything else I know of out there. I invest in real estate mutual funds, but I think you're a better investment because I think your degree will, if
Yeah.
you're studying something reasonable and that's marketable, what are you studying?
So I'm doing economics and a minor in computer science.
Ta-da. These are very marketable, usable skills in the marketplace, particularly in Washington, D.C. So, yeah, you're going to do fine with that. In other words, the amount of money you're going to make as a result of finishing this degree is a lot more than you would make on an investment. Do you see what I'm saying? You're a good investment.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to spend money on you when you're 20 and you're studying something like this. It's good in school and you pay cash.
That I completely agree with. He should be going to college. He should be using that money that he has in Bitcoin to go to college. I just don't understand why he has to make the little digs at Bitcoin every time.
For it and you stay out of debt and you do all those wonderful things. I don't know how to suggest, since your mother's being belligerent, that you just say, Mom, I talked to a financial coach and he completely disagrees. And I know you and I don't agree with about this, but it is my money and I'm trying to finish school and I really need you to cash that out and give me my money back today. Well, I don't think you're right. I don't care if you think I'm right. But I mean, her belligerence on this and her desperation to become a millionaire with a $7,000 investment. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the odds of that investment going to $1 million is very, very slim.
Really, this is
It does seem a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, it is a bit unreal. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. Yeah. So as you complete your field of study in economics, you'll see the flaws in the Bitcoin thing. Bitcoin is it has a lot of wonderful attributes to it, and someday it may become a stabilized currency. But today, currency is based 100% on one thing: trust. I have a bunch of military coins that guys that have served in the military and gals that have served in the military, when they shake your hand, they give you a coin. It's a sign of honor, and I love those. I've got hundreds of them in my office. And right beside them, I have a dollar bill or an $18 bill or whatever it is with a picture of Saddam Hussein on it. You know what that dollar bill is worth? Zero. Because Saddam Hussein is dead.
Not really sure what point he was trying to make with that, because Bitcoin doesn't have a leader. It's not really tied to a nation. So for it to go to zero through a way of a leader dying, it's not really possible. And to further that point, he says that Bitcoin doesn't have a relationship of trust so that we can use it in the economy, which is just completely false. You can buy anything that you can think of. And I challenge you down below, if you don't believe it's true, comment me. Let me know if you find something. You can buy anything in this world with Bitcoin. Try me. Comment down below. You can purchase anything. What Dave fails to realize is we're moving towards a system where US banks are going to custody crypto because they see the utility in it. They see the way things are going. And as you can see, October 5th, US Bank is trying to move towards custodying crypto because there is a high demand for this. They are not the only bank. All of the banks are doing this. Every single one will custody crypto. That's just how it's going. Dave just doesn't want to do any research into this and keeps quoting things because he's in this weird situation where he can just say wherever he wants, and then he just thinks it's just gonna go away. Like people are gonna forgot that he said this. Like, come on. But anyway, one of the things that I like to do with my Dave Ramsey Bitcoin videos, I like to see how far that investment would have went. So I actually pulled up the calculator. He said he invested when he was 17, according to Dave at least. And he is 20 now, so that would have been 3 years ago from the time this video was published, which was January 7th, 2020. So as you can see, if they would have held on to that Bitcoin, it would have been over 50 grand, which would have completely paid for his college. Now, I'm not suggesting that his mom shouldn't have gave him the money, and that's a weird relationship issue that they're going on. My main issue is just Dave talking about Bitcoin when he doesn't understand anything about Bitcoin. So again, if you can find something that cannot be purchased with Bitcoin, comment down below, try me, and if you like the video, thank you for watching.